A full backup is a complete backup of all the data in the database, as well as the database's transaction logs, which are used to restore the database to a specific point in time. A full backup is the starting point for all other backups, such as the differential and the transaction log backups. To perform a full backup in SQL Server, you need to use a backup database statement. To perform a full database in SQL Server, you need to use a backup database statement to accomplish this. So here I have a simple backup statement, right, where I'm backing up to disk. So here I have a simple backup statement where I'm backing up the AdventureWorks database to disk. So what this statement does is that it creates a backup file called AdventureWorks 2022 in the backup directory on my D drive. Now using the with format clause simply overwrite any existing backup file with the same name. It's important to perform regular full backups of your database to protect against data loss. You can use your full backup as a restore point to restore your database in the event of a data loss or corruption, or you can use it to refresh a database on another environment, or pretty much create a fresh copy of your database. So let's take a look at an example of how you can back up your database using SQL Server Management Studio as well as a backup script. In order to back up your database, you can execute the backup database command, specify the database name and to disk and the location where you want the backup to be stored along with your file name. Now let's execute this command. In the message section, you'll see that the database backup was processed successfully. We can confirm this by checking the backup directory. If we execute again, then it should overwrite the existing backup. To do the backup using the graphical user interface, right-click the database, select Task, scroll down to Backup. On the media options, the override media options determine how your backup is written to the media, so you can keep the default option which will append to the existing backup set. If you want, you can verify the backup after it's completed, or continue on hero, or perform a checksum before you write to media. On the backup options is where you'll see the backup set. You can specify when your backup will expire, and you can set the backup compression. So it's currently using the server default settings. However, we can specifically say compress backup. So let's go back to the general tab. The backup type is a full backup, and for the destination I can back up to a URL or I can back up to a disk. In this case I'm going to be backing up to a disk. So I'm going to add the location, and this is the destination of my backup. Now I need to specify the name of my backup. So I'm calling it 2022-1. You can generate the script to see what it looks like in the background. Select OK to execute the backup. Backup was completed successfully. So for this backup, we did a compressed backup. So if we check the backup file size on disk, it should be significantly smaller than the first backups. So let's go to the disk. And you can see this is 1 megabyte versus 16 megabytes. So compressing your backups is a great way to save on disk space. In the next lecture, we'll be taking a look at differential backups.